Modern excavators are filled with touchscreens, emission systems, sensors, and electronic controls. They are faster, cleaner, and more fuel-efficient than ever before. But many veteran operators, quarry owners, and mining crews will quietly tell you something interesting. Some older excavators were simply built better. They were tougher, easier to repair, more stable under brutal workloads, and capable of surviving decades in environments that destroy many modern machines long before retirement. These forgotten excavators were created during an era when manufacturers competed on raw durability instead of software features. Massive steel frames, overbuilt swing systems, mechanical simplicity, and engines designed to run for tens of thousands of hours made these machines legendary. Many are still working today in mines, quarries, forests, scrapyards, and construction sites around the world. Here are 10 forgotten excavators that earned reputations so strong that many operators still consider them superior to modern machines. Number 1. Bucyrus-Erie 22B. The Bucyrus-Erie name once dominated the excavation industry across America and Europe. Long before modern hydraulic excavators became common, the Bucyrus-Erie 22B was one of the most respected cable excavators ever built. Introduced during the middle of the 20th century, the 22B became famous for extraordinary reliability and versatility. Bucyrus-Erie itself had already built a legendary reputation through massive excavation projects, including work connected to the Panama Canal era, and the company later became one of the largest mining equipment manufacturers in the world. The 22B was not a fast machine by modern standards. Its strength came from durability and adaptability. Contractors could configure it as a dragline, crane, clamshell, or shovel. One machine could perform multiple jobs without depending on complicated hydraulic systems or fragile electronics. This flexibility made the 22B extremely valuable for construction companies that needed dependable equipment capable of handling many different types of work. Operators loved the machine because its mechanical systems were straightforward and understandable. Repairs could often be performed directly in the field using basic tools. Modern excavators frequently require laptops, diagnostic systems, and expensive electronic components. The 22B required mechanical skill rather than software access. That mattered enormously in remote locations where downtime could shut down entire projects. Another major advantage was structural strength. The steel frames and heavy-duty components were massively overbuilt. Modern manufacturers focus heavily on reducing weight for transport efficiency and fuel economy. But older machines like the 22B prioritized longevity above everything else. Many 22Bs remained operational for several decades with proper maintenance. The machine also excelled in cold weather and harsh environments. Mechanical cable systems could survive conditions that often damage hydraulic hoses, electronic sensors, and emission systems on modern excavators. In northern logging operations and mining projects, the 22B earned a reputation for continuing to work long after newer equipment failed. Today, surviving examples are highly respected among vintage heavy equipment collectors. Some are still operational at historical demonstrations and small excavation projects. Their continued existence proves just how durable these machines really were. Number 2. Ruston-Bucyrus 22RB. The British-built Ruston-Bucyrus 22RB became one of the most successful rope-operated excavators ever produced. Ruston-Bucyrus itself was formed in 1930 through cooperation between Ruston and Hornsby in England and Bucyrus-Erie in America. The 22RB became incredibly popular throughout Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. It was especially valued on large infrastructure projects where reliability mattered more than speed. Unlike many modern excavators that are optimized for specialized tasks, the 22RB could serve as a crane, dragline, shovel, pile driver, or lifting machine depending on attachments and configuration. What made the 22RB special was simplicity combined with extraordinary toughness. The machine used mechanical rope systems instead of complex hydraulic circuits. Operators could repair most failures without specialized diagnostic tools. Even major rebuilds were relatively straightforward because the design emphasized accessibility. The 22RB also became famous for its stability. Modern excavators often prioritize transport convenience and compact design. The 22RB was built with enormous counterweight balance and a very strong undercarriage. This gave operators tremendous confidence when lifting heavy loads or digging on uneven ground. Many contractors preferred these machines because they lasted so long. Some 22RB units remained in commercial operation for 40 or 50 years. That kind of lifespan is increasingly rare today. Modern excavators may offer better productivity numbers on paper, but their long-term ownership costs can become extremely high due to electronic failures, emissions equipment repairs, and expensive dealer servicing. Another major advantage was adaptability in remote regions. The 22RB became extremely popular in developing countries because parts could often be fabricated locally. Modern excavators rely heavily on proprietary electronics and manufacturer-specific systems. Older machines like the 22RB could continue working with locally repaired components, keeping projects running without waiting for imported parts. The machine became so respected that even decades after production ended, many operators still consider it one of the best excavator crane hybrids ever built. Number 3. P&H 2800 XP Mining Shovel. When people think about excavators, they often picture construction equipment. But some of the greatest excavators ever built worked in open-pit mines. The P&H 2800 XP mining shovel became legendary because of its unbelievable durability and productivity in extreme mining environments. P&H, originally known as Pauling and Harnischfeger, built some of the toughest mining equipment in history. The 2800 XP was designed for brutal non-stop work in massive mines where downtime could cost millions of dollars. Unlike many modern mining machines that rely heavily on complex digital systems, older P&H electric shovels were engineered around mechanical strength. The 2800 XP became famous for surviving workloads that destroyed competing equipment. Its giant structural components were massively reinforced. Swing systems, crawler assemblies, and boom structures were engineered with enormous safety margins because failure in mining operations could shut down entire production lines. Operators appreciated the machine's digging power and smooth control. Electric mining shovels often delivered more consistent digging force than hydraulic machines under heavy loads. The 2800 XP could load giant haul trucks continuously for years with proper maintenance. One reason many miners still admire older P&H shovels is longevity. Some units remain productive for decades through rebuild programs. Mines could completely rebuild major systems and continue operating the same machine for many years. Modern equipment often becomes economically obsolete much sooner because of electronic complexity and rapidly changing emissions regulations. The machine's serviceability also stood out. Mining crews could access and repair many systems directly on site. Modern computerized systems frequently require manufacturer technicians and specialized diagnostic equipment. Older P&H machines allowed experienced mechanics to solve problems independently. Even today, rebuilt electric mining shovels based on older designs continue operating worldwide. Their durability and long service life remain almost unmatched in the excavation industry. Number 4. O&K RH120. Before Caterpillar and Komatsu dominated hydraulic mining excavators, German manufacturer Ohrenstein and Koppel, better known as O&K, built some of the finest hydraulic excavators in the world. The RH120 became especially respected in large mining operations for its balance of power, reliability, and operator control. The RH120 was introduced during a period when hydraulic excavators were rapidly replacing cable machines in mining applications. Many early hydraulic mining excavators suffered from overheating, weak hydraulic systems, and poor long-term durability. O&K solved many of those problems with exceptionally robust engineering. The machine's hydraulic system became one of its biggest strengths. Operators praised the smooth response and precise control. Unlike some modern excavators that rely heavily on electronic management systems, the RH120 maintained excellent performance with comparatively simpler controls and fewer failure points. Another major advantage was accessibility. Maintenance crews often considered O&K machines easier to repair than competing excavators. Components were logically arranged, and the machine was built with maintenance access in mind. This reduced downtime and simplified repairs in demanding mining environments. The RH120 also earned a reputation for structural durability. Its boom and undercarriage systems handled extreme loading conditions extremely well. Many operators believed the machine felt more solid and stable than newer excavators designed with lighter structures. Eventually, O&K's mining excavator division became connected with Bucyrus, which was later acquired by Caterpillar. But many veteran miners still remember the original O&K hydraulic excavators as some of the toughest and best balanced mining machines ever built. Number 5. Koehring 6665. Koehring was once one of America's most respected heavy equipment manufacturers, but the company gradually disappeared after industry consolidation changed the construction equipment market. Before its decline, Koehring built excavators with a reputation for incredible reliability, and the 6665 became one of its most admired machines. The 6665 was popular because it combined powerful digging performance with unusually simple maintenance requirements. Operators frequently described Koehring excavators as honest machines. They were straightforward, rugged, and predictable. Modern excavators may offer more technology, but older Koehring machines often survived longer under hard use. One major strength was hydraulic durability. During the early hydraulic excavator era, many manufacturers struggled with overheating and hydraulic failures. Koehring developed systems that proved exceptionally reliable in heavy construction environments. The 6665 became especially respected in quarry operations and pipeline construction, where machines operated continuously under high stress. Another advantage was visibility and operator feel. Many operators believed older excavators gave better mechanical feedback through the controls. Modern electronic systems can isolate operators from the machine's physical behavior. The 6665 delivered direct hydraulic response that skilled operators appreciated. Structural design also mattered. The machine's boom, stick, and upper structure were heavily reinforced. Cracking and fatigue problems that sometimes affect modern lightweight excavators were less common on these older machines. The company eventually vanished through mergers and changing market conditions, but surviving Koehring excavators continue to attract loyal fans. Some contractors still search for old Koehring machines because of their durability and ease of repair. Number 6. Northwest 25D. Dragline. Northwest Engineering produced some of the most respected draglines and cranes in American history. The Northwest 25D became especially legendary because of its incredible versatility and durability in excavation, logging, and dredging work. Unlike modern hydraulic excavators designed for highly specialized tasks, the 25D could perform multiple roles extremely effectively. Contractors used these machines for foundation work, canal excavation, aggregate mining, and even marine projects. The biggest reason operators loved the 25D was toughness. These machines were built during an era when manufacturers expected equipment to survive decades of abuse. Thick steel construction, simple mechanical systems, and rugged powertrains made them extremely dependable. The dragline configuration also provided advantages modern excavators still struggle to match in certain applications. Draglines could excavate material from long distances and work effectively in swampy or unstable terrain, where hydraulic excavators had difficulty operating safely. Maintenance simplicity became another enormous advantage. Modern excavators depend heavily on sensors, electronics, emissions systems, and proprietary software. The 25D relied primarily on mechanical systems that experienced mechanics could understand completely. Many Northwest machines remained operational for generations. Some were rebuilt repeatedly and passed from one contractor to another over decades of service. That kind of lifespan helped establish the company's reputation for exceptional engineering quality. Even today, vintage equipment enthusiasts and experienced excavation crews still respect the Northwest name because of machines like the 25D. Number 7. Link-Belt LS98. Link-Belt is still active today, but many people forget how dominant the company once was in cable excavators and lattice boom machines. The LS98 became one of the most respected excavator crane combinations ever built. The LS98 earned its reputation through reliability and versatility. Contractors could use it for excavation, lifting, dredging, and material handling. The machine adapted to a huge variety of tasks without requiring advanced electronic systems or expensive dealer support. One of the LS98's greatest strengths was balance. Operators frequently praised its smooth swing characteristics and predictable handling. Heavy lifting operations felt stable and controlled, which increased both productivity and safety. Durability was another major advantage. Link-Belt engineered these machines with extremely robust rotating frames, crawler assemblies, and boom systems. Many survived decades of demanding construction work, with surprisingly few structural problems. The LS98 also became popular because of field serviceability. In remote construction sites, mechanics could repair most issues without specialized equipment. This reduced downtime dramatically compared with modern excavators that may require manufacturer technicians for even moderate electrical failures. Many contractors preferred older cable excavators like the LS98 because they tolerated abuse better than some modern hydraulic machines. Dirt, heat, vibration, and weather had less impact on mechanical systems than on sensitive electronic components. While newer excavators are undoubtedly faster in many applications, the LS98 represented an era when durability and reliability were considered more important than digital sophistication. Number 8. Marion 630/60, the Captain. Some excavators became so enormous they almost seemed impossible. Marion Power Shovel Company created one of the greatest examples ever built, the Marion 6360, better known as the Captain. This gigantic stripping shovel worked in coal mining operations and became one of the largest mobile land machines ever constructed. Like other giant mining excavators of its era, it was designed for relentless productivity and extreme durability. The Captain represented a philosophy largely missing from modern equipment design. Instead of maximizing transport convenience or minimizing manufacturing cost, the machine was engineered primarily for longevity and production capability. Its digging power was extraordinary. Massive electric systems provided consistent performance under enormous loads. Unlike hydraulic excavators that can lose efficiency under sustained extreme stress, giant electric shovels maintain stable digging force for long periods. The machine's structure was unbelievably strong. Mining equipment manufacturers during this era expected machines to operate continuously for decades. Structural steel thicknesses and reinforcement levels often exceeded modern standards by huge margins. Marion eventually disappeared through industry consolidation. But machines like the Captain remain symbols of America's peak heavy engineering era. Many mining veterans still believe these giant electric excavators represented the high point of durability in large-scale excavation equipment. Number 9. Demag H485. German manufacturer Demag built some of the most respected hydraulic mining excavators ever created. The H485 became famous for combining enormous power with remarkable reliability. The TOR 85 entered service during the rapid growth of large hydraulic mining excavators. Many competitors focused on maximum production numbers, but Demag concentrated heavily on structural integrity and hydraulic durability. Operators frequently praised the H485 for its smooth hydraulic performance. The machine delivered excellent bucket control and digging precision despite its enormous size. Skilled operators could work efficiently without fighting unpredictable hydraulic behavior. The excavator also became respected for long-term reliability. Major components were heavily reinforced, and hydraulic systems were engineered conservatively to reduce failures under sustained high loads. Maintenance accessibility remained another strong point. Mining mechanics appreciated logical component placement and service-friendly design. Repairs could often be completed faster than on competing machines. Eventually, Demag's mining equipment business became connected with other major manufacturers through mergers and acquisitions, but the H485 remains highly respected among mining professionals who operated these machines during their peak years. Many miners still consider older Demag excavators more durable than some modern hydraulic mining excavators filled with emission systems and complex electronics. Number 10. Bucyrus-Erie 420/50 W Big Muskie. Few excavators in history have ever achieved the legendary status of Big Muskie. Built by Bucyrus-Erie in 1969, this giant dragline became one of the largest mobile earth-moving machines ever constructed. Big Muskie was absolutely enormous. It weighed around 13,500 tons and used a gigantic 220 cubic yard bucket capable of moving immense amounts of earth in a single pass. The machine worked in Ohio coal mines for decades and became an icon of industrial engineering. What made Big Muskie extraordinary was not just size, but durability. The machine operated for more than 20 years in one of the harshest working environments imaginable. Modern excavation equipment rarely achieves such long service life under comparable stress. The dragline system provided huge efficiency advantages in large-scale stripping operations. Hydraulic excavators are flexible and mobile, but giant draglines could move astonishing quantities of material with lower operating costs in certain mining conditions. Big Muskie also demonstrated the incredible engineering standards of the era. Its massive steel structures, electric drive systems, and walking mechanisms were designed for continuous operation under extreme loads. The machine consumed enormous amounts of power, but it also delivered productivity levels few modern excavators could match. Although Big Muskie was eventually dismantled in 1999, it remains one of the most legendary excavators ever built. For many mining professionals, it symbolized a period when engineers designed machines to dominate landscapes for generations, instead of simply meeting short-term economic targets. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.